And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, today we're taking a look at a party game called Blurble, Volume 1. Volume 1? Well, I guess there's going to be more of Blurbles. But Blurble is, according to the back of the box, the hilarious, fast-paced game that is great for all ages and group sizes. Flip a card and be the first that says a word that says the same letter as the image on the card. Actually, it seems like almost all the rules are in the back of the box here. That's pretty simple. It really is a simple game. See? Blurble comes with 250 cards, okay, with a card tray that you can pull out and use over the course of the game. Now in Blurble, one person is going to be the blurber. Blur. Dr. Blur. Anyhow, that person's going to challenge somebody else. And what you do is you flip a card over. And then each person is going to say a word that starts with the same letter as the word in this card. So for example here, I could say cat, because chicken, cat. Or I could even say hat, because hen and hat. It basically is up to the players to decide if an interpretation is correct or not. You're not allowed to use proper names. You're not allowed to use numbers, because otherwise you could say 7, 17, 700, 7 million, you know, so on and so forth. You're not allowed to use contractions. You're not allowed to use something that's part of the word. So if you have cat, you can't say catastrophe or so on. So that's basically it. You go around the table and you keep going till you lose, and the next person goes, and whenever you win, you get the card, and whoever has the most cards is the winner of the game. And there's actually various ways where you can play it. So we'll just try it now. Okay, here's what we'll do. I haven't looked at these cards, so we'll turn one over, and I'll try to say a word, and you see if you're faster than me. All right, so here we go. Ready? Cookie. Oh, also, you're not allowed to say a word that's already been said over the course of a time. Cupcake. Yeah, I got food on the brain. Porcupine. Butter. No, see, butter is an illegal word because butter would be part of butterfly. So, buffalo. I'm sure you guys beat me on that one. Tent. No, that is a tent. All right. Not very good at this, apparently. Butler. Ant. Home. Football. Chit. Wow, this is, see, my mind is going blank, and that's really the whole point of the game, is because it's a speed type thing. But you're looking at the card, not saying that word, and you want to say chimney here, but you got to think of what does chimney start with. It starts with a C, not a CH, but a C. And what other words start with C? Well, I already said cat, cookie, and cupcake. So what other words do I know, you know, type thing. So here, I could have said catastrophe. Anyway, you keep playing, and whoever, you play a certain number of rounds, or a certain number of cards, maybe like 20 cards, and whoever gets that number first is the winner of the game. I'm often very hard on party games because they seem to be regurgitations of other things. And that's not even necessarily a bad thing as long as people have fun with them. This one, I think, it works pretty well. The pictures are nice and clear and crisp. They're really well done illustrations. They're not photographs, they're drawn pictures, but they're really well done. You saw how they looked when we went over it. It's easy to do. There's 250 cards. It has replayability because in different games, you're never sure what card is going to come up. So it's not like, oh, I've seen that card before. Who cares? The game works especially well in large groups, and it goes around really fast. It's a fast-moving game. I had a chance to try it out with youth, teenagers, and tweens, and they really enjoyed it. It went pretty quickly. And it's funny because the game gets more difficult as it goes by, since words that have been said in the game already are no longer legitimate words. Everyone knows cat, dog, and you know, once those have been said, it can be pretty funny. And like you saw me do, and I really did do that, when I saw the chimney, my mind just went blank. That happens sometimes, and it's funny. Now, because it's a speed game, there's always a possibility that one person will just incredibly dominate over everybody else. And there really isn't any way to fix that, I suppose, unless you make like a limit here, like a person can only be the blur for a certain number of rounds, or, you know, after you beat 3 people, you're out. But other than that, excellent little game. I was pretty surprised by it, that it just was so simple, and yet such a simple concept worked well. But then again, that's how most of the great party games work. So I don't know that I need a volume 2 of Blurble. Maybe, I'm assuming it's just going to be more pictures, but hey, that's more variety. But as it is, solid game in the box here. Blurble. I'm the Blurbler who has played Blurble. New verb. Dice Tower Judgment. Approved.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Fecha a porta!